Homeowner fires the existing contractor and hires us because she was sick and tired of dealing with them and she was fed up with their garbage. Now, if you ever meet this homeowner, you would never believe that she could do such a thing. She is such a nice lady, so polite and sweet and loving, and she's been in this house since the 1970s. And she was telling me a story how she bought this place for, I don't know, it was like $50,000, and her payment was like $400 a month. And when she was making that payment, it was a stretch. Like, she was sweating bullets. And now she spent, $250,000 in landscaping, but at the time, that was a big deal. This is where we come in. She pulled up, she called Applewood and said, hey, I had some of my landscaping done, but these guys really messed it up and I ended up firing them. Can you please help me? So we set up a job walk. I went out there. I brought Taylor with. Taylor's the designer, and we spoke with her, and Taylor did the entire design front and back. And when it came down to me giving her a price, she said, price is really way out of my budget and I can only afford to do the backyard. And I said, okay, no problem. Let me delete the front yard and we'll just give you the price for the backyard. So it went back and forth, back and forth. She didn't like the material. She thought it was too expensive. And then we chose another material. And then she actually went to the material place and she was like, well, actually, Techo Block is really nice. So I'm just going to go with Techo Block. I'll just pay for it. So we said, great. So we charged her for the Techo Block and then we started installing it. Now, we finished the entire backyard. And then she comes up to me and she says, hey, since you're finished with everything and I loved working with you guys, I want to hire you to do the front yard. And I said, that's great. I would love to do the front yard. And I asked her, when did you make that decision? She said, well, ever since dealing with the first guys, I want to avoid any kind of nightmare experience of contractors taking advantage of me. And, I wanted to dig a little deeper. I asked her, I'm like, hey, what happened with the other guys? Why did they piss you off so much? Because you're so sweet. And she said, okay, well, they did this wall, the wall that you see in the video right there. It's actually a, concrete wall with bluestone ledgers, bluestone caps. And she said it took them like 4 or 5 months to finish that entire thing. And she was so frustrated because this is the contractor special, by the way. I'm giving you some inside scoop. They would show up for Monday. They would work half a day. They would show up for Tuesday, work for an hour, show up for Wednesday, skip Thursday, skip Friday, and then come back the next Tuesday. So they were working like 2 to 3 days a week, in total probably like 15 hours, which makes sense. And the actual management, when they went to order the materials back and forth, they would order the wrong material, they would order material short, they would order the wrong sizes. And then she got so frustrated because she wants things done quickly and she doesn't want to wait around for a whole year just for a landscape project to be done. Some houses get built in 5 months. Her wall took 6 months to do. So after they finished, she said, I'm done. I paid you guys for the wall. You guys finished the wall. You're out of here. You're fired. See you later. Sayonara. And just between me and you, I actually told her the same thing. I'm like, typically when I come on a job site where another contractor kind of screws up with the customer, they usually do a really bad job. But I told her, I'm like, hey, I know that the timeline was bad and all this stuff, but when I'm looking at the wall, the quality of the work is fantastic. Like the masons that were working there were super good, super knowledgeable. All the cuts are perfect. Like, this is quality work. They did a really good job. And she agreed as well. She said, yeah, the installers were fantastic. She said, but the one thing that pissed me off without a shadow of a doubt was the management. This actually ties into something a lot of contractors struggle with, and it's not even about the quality of the work, it's a communication breakdown. You can do great work, but if calls, voicemails, text messages go unanswered, none of it matters. Customers do not wait around. They're gonna call the next company. And I've been there. Sometimes the phone just keeps ringing and ringing and ringing, goes unanswered, or even worse, someone has to walk over to the landline, get the phone, transfer it to someone else, takes 10 minutes, and boom, you lost the customer. That's not a system, that is a recipe for disaster. That's why Applewood has partnered with Quo to make our life easy. Quo is built for small businesses that keeps your calls, text messages, and voicemails in a shared inbox. Quo works on your phone, but it keeps your business line separate from your personal, which is a game changer. If someone can't answer, Quo will route the call based on your call flow. And if you're tied up or off the clock, Sona, Quo's AI receptionist, will take over. It can answer questions, qualify jobs, and send booking links. That way you don't lose any deals. Because at the end of the day, missed calls are missed revenue. If you want to check it out, you can try Quo for free. All you got to do is go to quo.com/Tigran. And after the trial, you get an additional 10% off for 3 months if you decide to keep using Quo. The link is in the description below. Now back to the project. So that's where we come in. You know, the Applewood crew is fantastic, and I would say that the management is really good too because I'm part of that. And we went in there and we knocked it out. Caesar took charge of this whole project, and we completed the backyard. We ordered all the materials. The pavers are a brand new color, Teco Block Cafe Crema, however you say it. It's really good. So it has like a yellow tan, and it's nice. So this entire project, it actually turned out fantastic. We did turf, we did plants, pavers. She just wanted this place, you know, she's been there for 40, 50 years. She just wanted this place to come in, summertime, hang out, open the door, pull up, chill with the cats, have a little fountain rolling, and just enjoy a nice evening under her beautiful tree in a pergola. And that's exactly what we provided. We stepped in, we did the job, we fixed it, and she is thrilled right now, and she's enjoying her backyard in peace. If you're a contractor and you're watching this and you're like, well, that's nice and all, but you know, sometimes mistakes happen. Yeah, but remember, you can't go to a place where a customer is so fed up with you that she's just like, screw you guys, you're out of here, and she just fires you. Like, imagine this. We did a good job, and she might go around saying 6, 7, 10 good things about us to her friends, family, and neighbors, okay? But every single time she says one good thing about us, she's probably going to say 20 bad things about the other company, because anger and drama travels much farther than good news. Obviously, if you look at today's news stations, it's just drama. Bad news, bad news, bad news. And that's just the way it is. So I don't want to be on that end, especially when, you know, I know that I have a lot of haters. I'm not saying you guys that watch my videos. No way, Jose. But a lot of haters that spread, you know, negativity. But, you know, at the end of the day, those haters are actually biggest fans ever. And I appreciate you guys, and thank you. However, when it comes to the reputation of your company in town, yes, you can have haters, but you don't want people saying that you screwed them over, because those are different type of haters. Those are haters you don't want. Like, you stole money from them, you screwed them over, you took their money, you didn't deliver. That is not good. But people hating on you because you make videos and they're like, oh, that guy's a loser, blah, blah, blah. That's different. Those are just haters that are welcomed. Now we're going to do the front yard. So the front yard was actually much more simple. Obviously, everything, dude, if I could have a company, if Applewood Landscaping could do front yards only all day, every day, I would choose that in a heartbeat, because access is better. You're not dealing with side yards, like moving material. Ugh, it's just a dream. And every single time we do a front yard, I always urge you, the contractor, and also if you're a homeowner, to check your sewer line and your water line. This is the biggest thing that is left untouched. This house is, let's say, from the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. I don't know when this house was built. I think the 70s. So the sewer line and the water line is literally from 1970. It's 56 years old. That is crazy work. You have to check the sewer line and water line always. First of all, it's an easy upsell. Obviously, you can make more money selling the homeowner something she already needs. And number two, if you don't do that and you replace all new pavers, turf, plants, and then something happens with her sewer line 1, 2, 3 years from now, it's going to cost her not $10,000 for a new sewer line. It's going to cost her $25,000, and that is no fun. So strongly urge you to always check. And all you got to do is just hit up a plumber and say, hey, can you come stick a camera down the sewer line? We want to see if we want to replace it. And he's going to stick his camera down, and all they can look for is cracks. If there's a bunch of cracks, if the pipe is clay, obviously it needs to be replaced. If the main water line is galvanized steel, no question, needs to be replaced, copper. Done. Call it a day. You just made some extra money. The homeowner doesn't have to worry and can sleep tight at night knowing that literally everything in her house is not going to fall apart, especially when she puts in new landscaping. And that's it. So now we're going to wrap up. Obviously, trenching and getting the plumber out there, it's time. It's very costly with time and also labor. We trenched everything because I have an excavator. Usually plumbers, plumbers will charge you like, for this amount, probably like $15,000. Like, oh yeah, I'll charge you $15,000. I'm like, bro, I'll just trench it. How much are you gonna charge me without trenching? Oh, I'll charge you $5,000. Okay, let's do that. Because they don't want to go rent the machine. They don't want to pull up, trench it, bring it back. I already have everything. So that Caterpillar's paid off. I got that way long ago and it's done. So now all we got to do is trench it up, boom, boom, boom. And then he comes in, fills it in, bam, and we're good. So now you're going to see the photos of this place, which is going to be out of this world. It's one of the best projects we've done in this ballpark. Obviously, it's not $1 million job, but for, $100,000 front yard and $200,000 in the back, it's really nice. And here are the professionally shot photos. These are a must on every single project you do. Like, look at this. I could never do this with my iPhone, and neither can you. This was a guy, he came out with a tripod. He knows what he's doing. He knows his angles. He's super professional, and he always delivers. So boys, invest in yourself, invest in your business. And if you need help from me, go to tigris.com to get some one-on-one time. The job is complete, boys. $212,000 later, here it is. We did Techo block pavers in the front yard with some inlight on the sides, tree roses for plants on both sides. We're missing one tree rose, which is going to be here in next week, so that's why you see this little empty place. We have turf here along with the little space for one more plant there, which was missing as well. And the boys are putting in some infill. We got the little blower here. Come into the backyard, you're gonna see a nice accent wall of bluestone. We didn't do this bluestone, this was already done. The contractor before, he spent 6 months building this wall, and the problem was they actually did good quality work. The quality work is good. The masons were very good masons. I cannot cap. Usually, every time you pull up someone else's job, so you're like, let me find a way to cap on them and say they did a shit job. But they didn't. They did actually a really good job. This is a good wall. Fantastic wall. But it took them a long time to do it because they're very inconsistent. They would come here for a day, 1 day, 2 days a week, and then they would leave for a week and come back 3 days. So the homeowner was sick and tired. So she fired him and then hired us, and then we completed everything else. Pergola, we built this thing, okay? Super nice. Plants to go around, a nice artificial turf area, and Techo block pavers all around. If you notice that these pavers are a little bit lighter, the reason being is because no traffic in the backyard when it comes to tires. There is traffic in the front yard. That's why the color of the pavers is darker, and that was my doing. She wanted to do the same color in the front, but I convinced her out of it. I said, not a good idea. Fountain here, give you a little nice noise. Water dripping. This is the cat house. Let's see if the cats are home. Nobody's home. And then this is the utility area. So, all in all, this place turned out very good. She bought this house in 1970 for like 50 grand. And now the house is worth like $2 million, which is pretty cool. But, she did just drop $212,000 in landscaping, plus this wall, probably $300,000 in landscaping. And I'm sure the house has been renovated maybe 2 times. So things get outdated. But let me know what you think in the comments. Did we do a good job? Did we do a bad job? Are you jealous? Are you a hater? If you're a hater, that's okay. Just tell me. Drop in comments if you're a hater. Haterade. I'll buy you a Gatorade because you're a hater.